Day two. Really like the progress that we're making offensively. I think from where we were when we started spring football to now, the progression that we've made to where we are starting fall camp, the kids have done a tremendous job. The coaches have done a tremendous job. And we're a lot farther along than we were in the spring. Are we as far along as we need to be ready for what comes ahead? Probably not, but we've got a few more practices here to make sure that becomes a reality. I love the work ethic. I love kind of the grit and the toughness that the guys are competing with, and we'll see where that leads us. But very positive first couple days for us offensively. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have an opportunity to truly kind of evaluate him and see him live. You know, watching players on tape is one thing, and it's kind of a whole new ball game when you actually get a chance to see them do what they do in person. And impressive, way he's kind of picked up the system, even though he didn't get an opportunity to take a bunch of reps in the spring. Tried to do as much as we could over the course of the summer to kind of catch him up a little bit. And then here in fall camp, obviously, giving him as many opportunities as we can to kind of get a grasp on his overall knowledge of what we're doing. Sure, absolutely. And that's, I think that's something that obviously gets developed over time. We don't have a lot of time. So we've kind of tried to purposely, compress as much of that into each practice as we can, and making sure that we're doing what we can rep-wise to make that process go a little bit smoother. Yeah, I mean, I think number one is just, let's make sure we solidify what we're doing with the guys up front. There's some position battles going on. Let's make sure our overall offensive knowledge of what we're doing offensively down to the fine details becomes a little bit more inside of us and in our hearts, and it's not just in our heads assignment-wise, but we know the scheme, we know how to adjust it, and we understand it even that much more. And then I think, just developing what our identity is going to be offensively. What is that? I'm not quite sure exactly what that is yet. I mean, I have an idea of where I think we're headed, but the guys and the way they execute and the way that they play will dictate ultimately what we look like when we line up and play. And just being here is, a blessing every day. I love Notre Dame, and I love an opportunity to be part of this program and a part of this university. And then, obviously, the student athletes themselves are kind of what gets me up in the morning and gets me rolling.